Hi everyone, this is Crystal, and today I'm working in my 2020 Project Life album. This is week 10. You can see I have my photos already printed. I haven't trimmed them out yet because I still have a few decisions to make about where they're going to go on this spread. But for supplies, I'm actually doing something a little bit different. So I have the In Good Company digital kit from Feed Your Craft, designed by In a Creative Bubble. And I had not used it at all. And it's been in my stash since, I think this was from November maybe of last year. So I really wanted to get it used, and you can see there's lots of blues and purples in my photos, and there are lots of blues and purples in this kit. So that was what drew me to it in the first place. Although I haven't used a lot of the blues and purples in the supplies that I've actually chosen, it was the initial thing that brought me to this kit. So I've done quite a bit of work already on these digital cards. So I've used the digital stamp set to stamp a couple things. This is going to be my title card. I've also done a digital stamp on this card, which is going to hold this smaller photo. I've done the same thing on this card, stamped the digital stamp of a couple stamps there in colors. I chose the colors from this card. And then I've already done my journaling on 3 of these cards as well. And then I have used a couple of the digital stamps and recolored them and created just some embellishments I can add on top of my photos or the other cards. So a lot of the work on this spread has already been done, but there's still plenty to do to show you. So that is what I have already. And then to add a title, I grabbed some gold thickers. These are called Main Squeeze. I'm not sure if they're from that collection. I honestly don't remember, but they are in my stash, and I thought I would use those to add the title of the week, just because I wanted to add a little bit of bling to the spread. And then I did also grab just a couple of the embellishments from the Heritage Collection. I just grabbed the stickers, so I have the 6x12 sticker sheet and the sticker book. It's not really a book. I'm not sure what it's called, but yeah, I have these as well. I thought I might just add a few things here and there just to give it something that isn't just completely flat on the page. So that is my plan. I am going to go ahead and trim all this out and then come back and show you the spread.
Okay, so while I get started, I just wanted to tell you that this video is almost real time. I had it at real time and it just felt painfully slow, so I've sped it up just a tiny bit, but I've only sped it up to 1.5 times, and normally I do 3 times normal speed, so it's much slower. I wanted you guys to be able to see what I'm doing, and otherwise it was going to be a super short video. So I think total time in real time was like 13 minutes. So because I did all of that work ahead of time in Photoshop, this spread came together super quick, as you're going to see. So I've laid out all of the cards and photos where I want them on my spread. You can see all of my journaling is done. So the only thing left to do really is to embellish. So I'm going to do my title card first using these thickers to spell out week 10. And then I'm just going to add a few stickers here and there. I do add just a couple lines of handwritten journaling on that one label, and then that's going to be it for this spread. So I wanted to tell you that I know I'm going to get asked, so I just wanted to say ahead of time that this is the first time I've ever done this level of hybrid layout in my Project Life album. So I had considered recording the Photoshop part of it, but I just wasn't comfortable enough with myself to be able to do that yet. So give me a couple more tries of doing it this way, and then I will definitely show you my process. So I definitely needed to get a little bit more comfortable working with mostly it was the digital stamps, which I tend to not use very often, and I wanted to make sure that I was really comfortable with how I use them on the spread before I show you guys. So that will come, but just not quite yet. Okay, so hopefully this isn't painfully slow to you guys because it feels so slow to me compared to my normal videos, but I'm adding week 10 there. You can see I didn't have any zeros left in that thickers pack, so I just used a capital O, which worked just fine, and then I'm going to add a label just below that, and I'm going to use some Stays On ink because these stickers are a little bit slick. They have a bit of a slick surface. It's best to use StazOn so that things don't just rub off after you stamp them. And I'm going to stamp the beginning and ending dates of this week, and you will see that I totally muck it up. I don't get a good impression at all, and I thought about trying to restamp it, but I knew it would just look smeared and fuzzy if I tried that. So to fix it, I'm going to come in with a Sharpie and just kind of go over where the stamping should have been to fill out those numbers. If it had been the year or the month, I wouldn't worry about it too much, but the part that didn't stamp were the days, so I definitely wanted those to be visible. So I just used a Sharpie and did my best to make it look like a real stamp. I didn't even do that good of a job, but it's fine. You can read it, and that's what matters. Okay, so I'm going to move on to this next card. I trimmed down that photo quite a bit to be able to fit it in that little spot that I had left on this card. But it's fine. It's not a super detailed photo. It's just a glass of wine and a cheese stick. So I'm pretty sure that I can get the point across, even though I've trimmed off quite a bit of that photo. And the only other thing I'm going to do to that card is add just a little sticker into the center of that stripy rectangle. And then I'm going to move on. So I played around with this one quite a bit. I really wanted to use this digital stamp that says quality time on this photo, but it's a very busy photo, and I didn't want to cover up anyone's face. So you can see my feet and my two dogs. It was taken very late at night. The lighting was not great, so that's why it's black and white. But I finally found that if I just put it up in the right top corner, that I was able to not really cover too much up, and you could still see everything in the photo. For that other card, the Kindred Spirits card, I had added my journaling already, so I just needed to embellish it a little bit. I added that digital stamp of the florals, which I fussy cut out, and then just added some staples to the bottom so it kind of looked like a little bouquet stapled to the card. And then I decided to add some more gold staples around the page just to bring that gold across the spread. And also, again, for a little bit more texture, since most of the things on this spread are very flat. For this card, or this photo, I added another digital stamped piece. That's actually two digital stamps that I put together. So the Good Times All Together label, and then there's a little sprig that I had added, recolored and added to that digital stamp in Photoshop before I trimmed them out. And then I just added a little acorn sticker to the bottom there. We were at the nature park, so it seemed fitting to add that little acorn. This is a photo that my friend actually took while we were out on a walk, and she was kind enough to send it to me. And then I decided to go back up to that Kindred Spirit card and add some stickers. So I have these clear stickers from Heritage, and even though this is a black background, I thought it might look cool to add some of those flowers behind the digital stamp that I cut out, just to give it a little bit more color, a little bit more weight, and to make it look like a fuller bouquet of flowers. And I actually really like the way that turned out. I'm super happy with that. It's really hard to see on camera, but in person you can definitely see that they're flowers, and it just adds to that bouquet. So the bottom left photo is actually two photos that I put onto a single canvas and printed side by side. They're of the same stage on two different nights, so one of them is of me on stage, and one is of the band that played the next night, which is part of the spring concert series, which is the photo right above it. So I just thought it would work just to put those two together and I added a sticker to the top, kind of where the two photos meet, that says "Life is Lovely," and just layered a label underneath that, and again added a few staples. And then that is it, you guys. It came together so fast because I had done all of that work ahead of time. So the In Good Company kit is still available. The digital kit is still available in the Feature Craft shop, so I'll be sure to link that down below. And like I said, I will definitely work on a little tutorial for how I put this together in Photoshop for the future as well. If you have any questions about anything I've used or done, be sure to leave them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to get back to you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you back here soon.